Hi, I'm attorney Jim Desmond, and all I do is handle car wrecks. Recently, I was interviewed by John Ramsey of Wave 3, and in that interview, we discussed at length the topic of attorney fees when it comes to car wrecks and car accident cases. That generated a lot of discussion about attorney fees in general, especially in car wrecks, whether it was people contacting me directly by my cell phone or through social media. So I contacted my good friend Jim Ray, who produces my podcast, and I suggested let's do something a little bit different this time and do several episodes about attorney fees. And this time, let's give you a little bit of a video instead of just audio. So with that, Jim and I are going to have a little bit of a discussion about attorney fees in car wreck cases. We hope you find the information helpful. If you have any questions at the end of this and you want to contact me, feel free to do so. My cell phone is 502-609-7657, Jim Desmond, Desmond Law Office. Hi, Jim.
Hey, good to see you again. Let's, in this ongoing series here, attorneys' fees is kind of a sensitive topic because people think, well, these attorneys are making all this money. And sometimes the media wraps that up improperly.
Right.
And there's a lot of these frivolous lawsuits that, yeah, they deserve to be made fun of. Some of them are just ridiculous. But in reality, the day-to-day situations that you encounter, these are real-life situations. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, part of it is, again, you got to realize an attorney, as a consumer, you hear an attorney's fee is 33 1/3% or 40%, and you think that's a very high figure. And it is. There's no question about it. But when an attorney takes a case on, you need to realize that could be 1/3 of $1,500 or it could be 1/3 of $50,000. An attorney has their time and their knowledge both to sell. So again, it's one of those that I think a lot of times the media plays it one way to try to say, oh, you have someone who is paralyzed for life, and how is it that we're charging this high attorney's fee? But you have to take a look at the back end and how much time and effort went into that and how much risk did that attorney take. I will tell you this, two things. The higher the damages, the higher the possible recovery in a personal injury case, the more an insurance company is going to fight you. So from a legal standpoint, that means the more attorney hours and effort we're going to have in that case, and it's going to last longer. Okay. Second thing, we advance as a personal injury attorney, okay, or a car wreck attorney, we advance the costs associated with that case. So if I have a case, that, again, I need to hire an expert on. I've had an accident reconstructionist, for example. I was thinking of a case when I said that I had to put about $7,000 of my own money out there. That's my risk. Because, again, if I get nowhere, okay, then I'm not going to be knocking on my client's door and saying, where's my $7,000 back? Okay.
Right.
So, in a medical malpractice case, which I don't do, but for example, those cases, typically you'll see $15,000 to $30,000 advanced by the attorney or the law firm. So again, that's why I don't really have a problem with contingency fees. I think they're actually a good thing. I think they open the public up to be able to get attorneys, that to work for them that typically maybe they couldn't afford.
Right. I mean, if that attorney were to charge an hourly rate plus a retainer, like a divorce lawyer or a criminal law lawyer or something like that, you may not be able to pursue justice. But the fact that it's a contingency fee and it doesn't cost you anything to sit down with Jim Desmond, that's one of those situations where, regardless of your financial situation, you can still seek justice, and that's your role, and that's your.
Well, and that's the thing about a car wreck. I always tell people, I'm very critical of the now I'm advertising on TV, so maybe I got to rephrase this, but I'm very critical of the TV advertisers, the big firms, because they say, I'll get you a check, okay? Well, first of all, that's half the game, okay? The second half is, how do I keep people out of your settlement? Because it doesn't do me any good to get you a check and have it go 90% toward everybody else. But in the same respect, it's one of those that, again, there's no guarantee in any car wreck case. I don't care what friends say. I don't care how people try to say, Johnny wasn't hurt and got this amount, or 3 times your medicals. That was a formula that existed in the 80s. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee the other driver has insurance. There's no guarantee you're not going to be in litigation over it. So again, any attorney who takes a case on, any good car wreck attorney is taking a gamble, okay? And is that gamble such that, yes, a contingency fee could be, here or there? Yes. And I've had both happen.
Right.
I've had cases that I thought were going to be here and turn around, and I've had cases that I was really disappointed. I was like, oh man, for example, we thought a certain policy of insurance would apply, and it wouldn't be. It didn't. So it really is a gamble from day one. So that's why I'm not anti-contingency fee by any means. It is not. I will say this again. Contingency fees are not set in stone. Every firm charges a different amount. Again, that's why you need to ask how much they're going to charge and what their game plan is. Do they think it's going to be necessary?
Well, with all of these cases, for really any attorney out there, your knowledge and your skill, that's really your stock. That's your service. That is what you're providing. And you can't go and take that back, because you didn't get paid somewhere. This is about doing the best you can for that client based on the facts of that individual case.
Yes. Let me come back to something. I want to make clear something, as I said, about whether something would be necessary. I was thinking about litigation. Some of the big firms are now trying to say, okay, we're going to charge you 40% up front in a car wreck case, which I think is too high. All right. In the same respect, they don't raise it for litigation. Well, most car wreck cases, 80% of them will probably settle. 20% will go to litigation. So if you're paying a higher fee up front, you're really kind of taking an insurance plan on something that may or may not happen. And that's why I don't like that higher attorney's fee. So I want to be clear. I mean, is a contingency fee necessary? Yes, I think it's a great thing. Because again, I think it opens the door to more people. But do I think a contingency fee should be 40% in a car wreck case without a lawsuit? No.
Yeah. Friends, there's going to be a lot of different videos in this series, and we've been prepping a few of these as you go. I hope you've enjoyed that. Jim, I'm going to let you take us out of this episode, and we'll prepare for the next one that will come up.
Very simply, if you've got questions, don't hesitate to call me. My cell phone is 502-609-7657. You're welcome to give me a call. You're welcome to send me a text. It's been that same number for 15 plus years, so I'd love to hear from you, and we can always see if we can do something to help you. Thanks again for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.